We take incredibly dense, complex material and make it clear. Simple as that. But a question we get all the time is, how? How do we consistently take tangled research or complicated regulations and turn them into a straightforward, easy-to-follow analysis? Well, today, we're showing you the blueprint.
Look, we're all swimming in an ocean of data. The real challenge isn't finding information anymore. It's understanding it. It's making sense of it all. We promise to bring you clarity and structure. So let's pull back the curtain and look at the system that makes that promise a reality.
So what's the secret? It's pretty simple, actually. We follow a very strict set of internal instructions, a kind of blueprint. And for this particular explainer, we're doing something a little meta. Our source material is our very own rulebook. We're applying our method to itself, just to show you exactly how it all works.
Our entire process is really built on 4 main pillars. First, we're going to look at the core persona behind the voice you hear. We call it the mentor's directive. Then we'll break down the narrative architecture that structures every single script. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of how we handle the source material. And finally, we'll cover the specifics of our script, style, and tone.
Okay, so let's jump right into section 1, the mentor's directive. You see, before even one word of a script gets written, we have to define the who behind the voice. This persona is the absolute foundation for everything that comes next.
And that persona is what we call the wise mentor. Every script is written from this specific point of view. It's not just about being an authority, but about being an empathetic and trustworthy guide. You know, the goal isn't just to dump facts on you, it's to actually spark your intellectual curiosity.
This mentor persona is built on a few key traits. It has to be authoritative, kinda like a respected professor, but also benevolent and encouraging. The voice is intentionally designed to sound confident and calm, all to make even the most complex topics feel more approachable.
And this quote right here, this is our guiding star. We make complex knowledge accessible without sacrificing its academic depth. It's a serious balancing act. Our aim is always to clarify, never to oversimplify. It comes down to respect for the material, and respect for you, the learner. We always preserve that core intellectual substance. All right, on to section 2, the narrative architecture. So, if the mentor is the who, then this is the how. This is the unshakable blueprint that guides every single one of these explainers from beginning to end.
We have 4 rules here, and they are non-negotiable. 1, we start directly. No fluff, no cliches, we just get right into it. 2, we map the content. If the original source is a table of contents or a plan, we follow it religiously. No reordering, no skipping sections. 3, we always give you a visual guide, just like that agenda slide we showed you. It gives you a roadmap. And 4, we always end with a synthesis, a clear summary to help lock in those key takeaways.
Here's a perfect example of that first rule in action. You will never hear us say something like, "Today we'll dive deep into," because frankly, it's just filler. What we require is a direct start, and when it's relevant, we give immediate credit to the source. Like, this analysis is based on the work of, it's all about respect for the material and, just as importantly, respect for your time.
Okay, that brings us to section 3, handling the source material. This is all about how we translate the raw, often messy, information from a source into the polished script that you actually get to hear.
Our content is always guided by 4 main principles. First is depth and fullness. We make it a priority to present all the key concepts from the source comprehensively. Second, we explain. We don't just cite. If there's a complex term or acronym, we're going to break it down into simple language for you. Third, academic objectivity is absolutely critical. We present facts as facts and theories as theories. And finally, strict verification. Nothing gets added to a script that isn't found in the original source, period.
This right here is a core philosophy that really sets our whole approach apart. In a world that's just obsessed with speed and short-form content, we deliberately choose clarity over brevity. Our goal isn't just for you to quickly get through this, it's for you to genuinely understand it. So we take the time that's needed to make sure the ideas actually land properly.
And that brings us to our final section, number 4, script, style, and tone. This is where we cover all the specific aesthetic and language rules that create that consistent, focused experience you get with every single one of our explainers.
You've probably noticed our visual style is pretty minimalist. That is 100% intentional. The limited color palette, the simple flat design graphics, the total lack of stock photos or distracting animations, every single one of those elements is chosen for just one reason: to keep your focus squarely on the information and the ideas being presented. Our rules for audio and language are just as strict. The voice always maintains that calm, benevolent, wise mentor persona. The music is unobtrusive, and sound effects are basically forbidden unless they are absolutely essential to the point. And the language is precise. It's stripped of all jargon, filler words, and cliches. Every rule serves the exact same purpose: focus clarity.
So, when you put it all together, the persona, the rigid structure, the content principles, and the strict style guides, what do you get? You get this: a consistent, predictable, and highly focused experience. You could almost think of it as a machine that's been designed for one single purpose: to deliver maximum clarity and help you retain complex information.
So, there you have it. That's the method behind the clarity. We've shown you our entire rulebook. But of course, our system is just one approach. So now, we want to turn the question to you. Forgetting all of our rules for a moment, what is it that makes complex information finally click and become truly understandable for you?